Oh, we had so much fun tonight. Golly, that was fun playing football. One of the first things that comes to my attention is the guys that continue to step up and play for other guys. I don't know, we had a mix-mash thing going on in the offensive line again, but it's been 3 weeks of it, and I'm so proud that we have guys that can answer the call and play at the top level and give us a chance to compete in these games. But it's not just that spot, though. It's other places, too. And a bunch of guys played on the pass rush today. Everybody figured in on the pass rush today, which was great. But it just reminds us that we're just getting started. We're just getting going. We're just putting it together. And a night like this for our defense to be able to play that explosively and 3 turnovers and whatever, double-digit sacks. I can't remember seeing double-digit sacks. Is so important to us as we move into this. We're finishing like the first quarter of the schedule. So with a lot of hope and looking toward the future and developing the young guys, keep seeing them able to play a role for us just gives us the confidence that we're going to keep getting better. So we're not a finished product. We're just getting rolling. And it's really exciting to be able to tell you that because it feels like it. What I'm probably altogether most proud of is how we played in the second half for the last three weeks. We played great football and got it going and cleaned up some of the stuff that happened in the first halves of those games, and we're able to put games away. And so that finishing mentality is really, really valuable to us, and we're going to try to keep building on it.
Did this feel like it was coming from Devin this kind of game?
I've never thought he wouldn't play like this. This is why we took him, to be active and to show that he gets this game of football and it comes easy to him, and he's an explosive, dynamic player. And we got to play him at nickel for the first time. This was a process. Getting him back out there. We didn't have enough time, we thought, to have him ready. Although he's been working at it the whole time, and he did a great job again tonight, and you can see why we like him there. We didn't have Artie tonight, and we didn't have Trey Brown tonight, and so he had to do it all night long, for us, and so it was a beautiful job. He showed me who he is.
Sorry, how much does that suit his skill set, being a little closer to the ball? We saw him blitz early on,
playing the position. If you could compare it to playing a corner, there's so many more things that happen, and there's guys on both sides of you, and you're not playing on the edge, and there's runs and passes and blitzes and mixes of coverages and things like that makes it, it's a position for a guy that can handle all of that naturally, and it is a lot of this is natural skill and awareness that he could pick stuff up so soon and be so dynamic in there in such short order. He's just going to get better and better, and so. The really, really exciting, thing to watch for us, and so we'll keep going with it.
You got 6 sacks today from linebackers and corners. How did you see the pass rush as a whole come to life and getting those guys back?
This was a great night for Clint and the guys on defense. The mixes and the change-ups, the variety of ways that we came after him, used everybody on the field just about. And hitting the calls at the right time so the guys could create some explosive plays out of it. You got to give Clint a ton of credit. And pass rush isn't just the guys up front. It's everybody contributes to it. Coverage and that's where the backers play a role in it as well. And that was a great illustration of that tonight.
The frustration for Jamal Adams, what could you have possibly said?
He's going to be okay. He got kicked in the head, and so he misses this game. But the preparation to get him to this, and then with the week coming off, he's going to be fine, I'm sure, and he'll be back out there. So it's just a little glitch right now.
Not that you necessarily needed any more motivation, but the hit on Geno out of bounds, that add a little
so
to the
dangerous. I don't know why that way we didn't see that differently. It just looked so dangerous. It was all of the effect of a horse collar tackle happened with the swing of the body that pulls down on the back of the legs, and he got hurt on that play. So a penalty wouldn't have rectified that, but it just looked like such a dangerous play. It might have warranted a second look. I don't know.
But did that fire you guys up a little more? That seemed at that point things started to explode.
Maybe so. I don't know. I didn't see it that way, but maybe so.
Jamal looked like he was furious after he came out of the medical tent. What's your understanding of why he was upset?
He had a concussion, couldn't play. They told him by the time they got all the assessments done, he couldn't play. And somebody said something that wasn't with us, was somebody else around that he might have responded to. I'm not sure about that.
Have you had the chance to speak with Jamal yet?
Just hugged him up and all that. He'll be fine. Frustrating start, but all of the work he did to get here is what preps him for the next time coming around, and he's going to be a big part of what we're doing.
Geno getting hurt, but is it good to let Drew get some time in?
To get out there. Yeah, he was a little jittery at first, But he did great, and just getting out there and playing some football, it's so valuable, for the next time he goes in. It's not the first time. So it was great to put him back out there. You notice we got a chance to get some of our guys off the field. I can't ever remember taking Bobby out of a game. Maybe you guys can, but I can't remember us doing that, but getting him to rest for the last couple of drives or whatever like that. We did the same with Gino, and it was a nice night for getting that done.
Is Gino, does he have an injury, or is it just kind of a pain tolerance thing? Or?
He had a knee, kind of twisted his knee a little bit. Yeah. It really was knee and ankle at first, but I think it just came down to they taped him up on the ankle, and then his knee was a little bit. He might be sore tomorrow. The next couple of days he'll need the break.
Haynes and Damian Lewis.
Yeah, Phil's ankle checked calf again. Yeah, it was his calf that he had a couple weeks ago. We were going to rotate AB in there and not overplay him, and we just didn't get to that before it didn't hold up. So, and I don't. Yeah, he's got a twisted ankle.
Jaron Reed, what happened with him?
He got kicked in the shin, and it kind of blew up on him a little bit. So it's not broken or anything like that. He'll be pretty sore for the next few days, but he'll be all right.
Usually you don't want to buy this early, but 3 wins in a row and all the injuries, this is maybe the
Yeah,
time.
this is a really good time for us. It's a good time for us to come back with new perspective for the young guys, and where we can kind of go back to, talking about what they've accomplished and how far they've come along. And it really, to me, there's so much focus on those guys and their ability to contribute as we move forward. I think this is a really good stopping point for us in that regard. We'll certainly zero in to try to help them continue to develop. It's so important for us to get those guys, where they're part of it, and that it'll be such a factor to us once we get to the midpoint of the season, heading in the second half.
It was only 9 plays, but did you see what 3 safeties with Adams can do to the entire team?
No, I can't tell you about that yet. I know what he can do. That's why we're playing him there. We know what we're doing. We haven't seen the benefits of it yet. He missed the sack right off the bat. He had a shot at him. I'm sure he was maybe a little overexcited about that one. He was free as you can get.
Witherspoon's the touchdown. What did you kind of see as that play was unfolding?
He situated himself right between the 2 receivers that were doing their little return thing, and I'm not sure who they were throwing it to. Or they thought the guy would slide more, but he was right in the right spot, and he just nailed it. The thing I liked the best about the play was the other 2 guys, Julian and Tariq, recognizing how we needed them to help him finish the play, and the explosion of those 2 guys to jump out and shield his way all the way to the end zone that was incredible. I love that part of that play.
The impact of that play, turning around the game basically, was they were getting close?
Yeah, because they moved, they had made their way down the field. I thought the QB did a nice job of running. Daniel did a good job of being really resourceful and keeping them alive and stuff. And they kind of moved their way down and with some nice individual plays and all. So it was a really big deal to us in that game. Yeah, it was a huge play.
Drew's, I was going to say, Drew's pass to Noah, I think it was 3rd and 10 on that play. And so getting it down.
Yeah, floated out and hit him. A great job of Noah running. Gosh, he's so, how about the 2 plays? The one with Kenny, did he hit it or not? You still don't really know, but they called it the way they did. And then, him finishing out, he didn't get in the end zone. That was a good call there. But he did stay in bounds. We thought we'd lose a bunch of yards there. But that was a tremendous run by Noah.
Gino's touchdown to DK, I don't know how good your view was on it.
That looks like I saw a quick flash of the replay. Excellent job by both guys. The chemistry of understanding, here comes my chance, and for DK to get open and Gino to rip one in there. And we practice that stuff all the time, and it was a perfect example of how we practice that throw right there in the corner. It was a great job by those guys.
The big picture, just where do you feel like you guys are at after 4 games?
Say it again.
Just big picture, what do you feel about your
we
team?
screwed up the freaking second half of the first game, and I remember kind of forgiving myself for that. We just, the Rams have done a nice job since then. They play good football, but we just didn't play the second half like all the rest of these halves. This is the way we're supposed to finish, and we just didn't do it. So I'm going to be kicking myself for that one. But, okay, there's a couple teams that are 4-0, and it's really close. We got a long ways to go.
Do Kobe, Artie, and Trey all have a chance to come back after the bye?
Yeah, Kobe has a really good chance. I'm not sure about Artie. We got to wait and see because it's a hammy. We got to see how he does.
Speaking of finishing, you guys have had issues getting off the field on 3rd down. They started 4 for 7, but then they finished the game 6 for 16. Is that something coming out of this game that you're extremely encouraged about?
It's a huge improvement for us. It's been the #1 emphasis on both sides of the football to be more effective on 3rd downs. That's of all of the areas in our game, that's where we have to improve, and it just happens to be on both sides. So it's good to see some numbers going in the right direction there.
Anthony Bradford's a pretty rugged kid. What's he done going? It seems like he's held his own inside since you had.
I think so again. Yeah, and he went against the two best guys that we'll face all year. Those guys were phenomenal defensive tackles. I don't know what happened so much, but I do know the way he plays matched up well. And we had intended for him to play in this game, even though Phil came back. Just to see him out there, he is very physical, and he's 360, and he can handle it well, and he moves his feet well, and all that. So. He's a dynamic young kid in the offensive line for us, and it's great to see him get this play right now. I mean, it's invaluable play time.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
I mean, Pete told you we practice it all the time, so it's just another day at the office. Practicing the scramble drill, and Gino put it in the right place, and I made a late reaction from like Lockett made last week.
Is that where you learned that deke move, or is that something you've had?
What move?
Deke. You deked him like the ball wasn't coming.
I don't say that. I'm sorry.
Okay, what would you call it?
I mean, it was a late reaction. That's what I would call it. Yes, sir. But yeah, Lockett does it the best with the late hands. Anytime a defender's close with him, I mean, just catching the ball late so they don't have time to get their hands in and knock the ball down.
That's something you read when you see his head turn to the quarterback, right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, when his back is turned to the quarterback and he's facing me, that's perfect time to do it.
You had one of those last year, didn't you?
Sorry.
You had one of those last year, didn't you?
No, that was the first one I remember. Yes, sir.
What was sort of when Gino got hurt and Drew had to come in? I guess kind of how did that all unveil? How do you guys kind of sort of react to that?
I mean, it was just the next man up, and we practice with Drew all the time. I mean, we see him at practice, so it was nothing new for us. It was just a matter of just executing the plays that Shane called.
Kind of going off that, when Jamal gets hurt early in the game, does that kind of deflate at all on the sideline, or is that putting you guys more so together?
I mean, just with dealing with Jamal, I mean, he's a great person, great energy that we love to have on the field at all times. And, when he goes down like that, it's always motivating. I wouldn't say it's deflating for us because, it's another one of our brothers going down. So, we got to pick him up and, dedicate the rest of the game to him because, he would, do anything just to be out there playing with us. So, just happy he got to play, again with us this year, and he'll be back soon.
Did you have a chance to speak with him at halftime or anything? Or?
Yeah, he was very encouraging to us coming in the locker room at halftime, telling us to finish the game.
You guys were playing that game with 4 of your 5 starting linemen not there, and your starting center playing guard. Just what can you say about the job that group has done?
Shout out to the O-line because, they've rotated, different bodies at different positions all year. And then just to have, 4 or 5 new bodies in there today just shows the work that they put in and, the details that they have at practice and, their Coach Andy in there always having them, prepared and ready to play.
Talk about the 3 straight wins now after the opening loss, how you come together.
You said what?
3 straight wins since the opening loss, how the team has come together in that time.
I mean, yes, sir. We played one bad half of football in the first game, and, we picked it back up, the second week, and then we're here now, after you said, like 3 wins. So, I mean, just going into the bye week, I know we're dinged up right now, and, it'll be a good time for us to take a break and, to recoup and, just get everybody back healthy.
You mentioned the bye week. Do you like having the bye week early in the season?
I mean, I didn't like it before the season started, but now, with the injuries and, the dinged up players that we have right now, I think it's a perfect time for us to have a bye week.
What's it like watching that defense, as an offensive player, watching the defense from the sidelines, their dominance tonight?
I mean, it was great to see. They only gave up 3 points, and, it was only our doing that they got the 3 points because, we couldn't move the ball on the previous possession. So, I mean, just hats off to the defense. Witherspoon played his butt off. Tariq, getting healthy back to so he can play tonight. And, just happy to see all those boys out there balling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Doing well, yourself?
Good. Team record 11 sacks, tied a team record tonight, and you guys got 4 from the linebackers, 2 from corners. What can you say about the pass rush from all 3 levels of the defense tonight?
I think we needed it. I think each game, defensively, we've been getting better. We've been doing a good job stopping the run, but the one thing was just applying pressure. I think the last game we had a lot of pressures, but not as many sacks, and so I felt like this game we turned those pressures into sacks.
You guys seeing anything offensively from them that that you wanted to bring extra pressure more often against them, or is it just the injuries that they had up front too?
No, I think it was just understanding how the game was going to go. They want to put the ball in their playmaker hand, and so we knew he was going to try to take off, which he did a couple times to run the ball, and we just wanted to make sure that we apply a little bit more pressure.
Think of Witherspoon tonight.
I think he did a great job. I think it was 2 sacks, a pick. I think he had a nice tackle on a crush play on the outside. He played really, really well. He's really, coming into his zone every time he plays. He's very, very smart, and every time he steps out there, he gets smarter.
You can remind him that a 97-yard pick six is one short of the team record.
I think I did remind him already.
What is it that fits him inside? What's his skills that fit maybe nickel as well?
I think his ability to blitz, tackle, how smart he is. You can move him on the outside, move him on the inside, and so he can cover really well. And so I think it's the ability to kind of interchange him in any position makes him very versatile.
What enabled the defense to be so dominant throughout this game?
I think we did a good job of stopping the run. We know they wanted to come in and try to establish that. They ran a lot of mixed directions the first series. They were able to move the ball a little bit, but once after that first series, we settled down and we felt like we stopped the run pretty well and put them into passing situations, which allowed us to get after the quarterback.
Anything else? Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
How you doing? We was able to stop the run, which led to the success we had in the past. We have a lot of talented guys up front and the linebacker position that could blitz, corner position that could blitz, nickel position that could blitz. So we knew if we stopped the run, we would have fun today, and that's exactly what we did.
What did that feel like today, making that statement on defense, for the primetime game?
We knew it was coming. The week we had last week, 36 pressures. I think that was like a record for the week that week. We knew we had the talent. We knew it was coming. So we knew if, we did what we did last week, stopped the run, we would do the same thing this week, and we was able to get home more.
How much is having Jaron back and having Mario Edwards with the contributions he's making rushing the passer, how is that helping you guys on the outside?
It's helping us a lot, where, guards can't really help out on the edge as much because they have to worry about those two guys in the middle. So, Mario and Dre and Jay Reed, they've been doing good things for us, getting pressure through the A-gap pressure, right in the quarterback's face, forcing him to scramble outside or sit back in the pocket, which allows me, Darryl, Mafe, anybody who's blitzing off the edge to get home. So credit to those guys, and they're a great force up the middle.
Think of Witherspoon today.
What was that?
What'd you think of Witherspoon today?
Man, he's looking good, man. That little spoon, man. That's how he talks, man. He's from Florida. That little spoon. But, man, he's looking like a veteran out there, man. He's doing his thing, man. The 97-yard pick six, the 2 sacks. He just looks so comfortable out there. He knows what he's doing, and I can't wait to see him keep growing and growing.
What do you think his pass rushing game, the blitzing ability, you mentioned the 2 sacks he had today.
Yeah.
What do you think of his pass rushing game?
He looks good, man. He looks good. He's doing good, man. For him being this size, he got a lot of speed, so he can avoid tackles and avoid guys. So he's doing a good job, man. And like I said, he's only going to get better and better. Thank you, guys.
Good, how are you? How you feeling?
Feeling better. Feeling better. Obviously, ugly situation, but I feel a lot better.
Take us through that play, I guess, and what you thought happened there.
I was just running out of bounds and kind of got rolled up on. Just an unfortunate situation.
Did you think there should have been a flag?
I don't know, honestly. I try not to think about those things, but in the moment, was kind of heated. But after the fact, I don't know.
When the play initially happens, did you think the injury could have been worse than it was?
Yeah, initially I really just was, kind of in shock a little bit, just from being rolled up on and having my leg pretty much trapped under the guy. And so there was, some slight pain, but overall, I was just happy that I, came out okay. So, whatever the case is, God's good.
Was it like soreness or mild sprain? What they say it was?
We really can't get into that right now.
Were the Giants saying things that upset you about that play? Is that why it kind of kept going on?
Yeah, the coaches, the fans, I just, it is what it is. Anytime you're on the road, it's going to be like that. So we expected it.
And you obviously have a history with this team and in MetLife. How did it feel to come back, more importantly, get a win now?
The win is what's most important. Obviously, being here for 5 years, was felt like home to me. But, now that I've been away, it's just another road game.
You guys 3-1 now, heading into your bye, 3 wins in a row. How do you feel about this team overall, where you're at?
You know what? I think we're still getting better as a team. I think overall we've got a lot of room for improvement. I think a lot of guys battled. A lot of guys stepped up. We were, putting offensive linemen in, back left and right, and guys are stepping up, making plays. The defense played a tremendous game, probably one of the best games I've seen them play. Guys stepped up all around. Witherspoon had a tremendous day. The defensive line, linebackers, secondary, everybody played a great game, and I think it was a great win for the team.
You mentioned that offensive line. Your starting center's playing guard in the second half. You have backups at every other spot. Just what kind of job has that group done over the last few weeks?
I think Andy and all those guys have done a tremendous job at staying ready. Obviously, you love to have your starting guys out there, but in this league, you never know what can happen. So guys got to step up, and I thought that's what happened today. Not a perfect performance, not overall our best performance. Like I said, we've got a lot of room to improve, but I feel like the guys stepped up and they battled against a really good defensive line.
You mentioned Witherspoon. You go against him in practice all the time. You know what he can do. America kind of got to see it tonight.
Yeah.
What were you thinking on the sideline when you were watching what he's doing out there?
Exactly what we expected of him. He's such a competitive, dude, and so talented, so smart. He's got what it takes to be one of the best. And when he plays the way he played tonight, by just doing his assignment, the ball will find him because he's a playmaker. And so I think he's just a great player who's only going to get better.
Talk about that first touchdown pass to Metcalf, what you were seeing, and then the execution.
Scramble drill. We talk about it all the time. We practice it all the time, off-schedule plays, and DK is a big target. He's a guy who has, just you can put the ball anywhere and he'll catch it. And so really, just saw the DB's back turn. DK, sorry, kind of gave me like a little bit of a head nod to throw it and, put it in a spot where he can get it, and he made a great catch.
You had a couple of those touchdowns to him where, like you said, the DB's right there, but you throw it anyway. Just how much trust do you have in him in those situations?
Tremendous amount of trust. Like I said, he's such a big target with, a tremendous catch radius. So you just put the ball somewhere where he can get it, and, he usually makes those catches. And so it was great to get us started, kind of get some momentum early. And, we need more of that. So, we're going to work hard to get better.
Corner's head and back's turned. Are you throwing that pretty much every time? Because that's going to be a tough reaction for that guy.
Yeah, I mean that's what you look for. I mean, it's hard for that guy to find the ball and make a play. And so if a guy's not looking, if he can't find the ball, you give your guys a chance. And guys like DK, Tyler, and all the guys, man, they usually come up with those.
You've talked a lot about the relationship that you've built with Drew since he got here. I know you wanted to be out in the game, and you obviously were in the injury tent at the time, but what was it like to see him be able to lead the team down and get that touchdown right before the half?
Oh, man, I was so excited for Drew, and like I always say, man, he's a starter in this league, and he's a really, really good quarterback. And so kind of what I expected of him. I expected him to go out there and do his thing like he always does. And, the great part about it is that, we work together, and, the belief that he has in me, I have the same amount of belief in him, and I know that he's going to do great things when his opportunity arrives, which he did today.
Given how you were once treated here, do you feel vindication in winning in such dominant fashion in this building?
Honestly, I don't. I was only here for 1 year with the Giants, and my stretch with the Jets was kind of up and down, good and bad. And so I was always thankful for my opportunities here. I have a lot of great friends who are from New York or still live in New York, and a lot of fans still here. So it's a lot of love. I have a lot of love for New York, and vice versa. So it's just another win, like I said. And I think the special part is that the way that we got this win and the way that everyone stepped up and all the things that we battled through to get it done.
Where would you like to see growth and improvement on the offense coming out of the line?
Yeah, I would say consistency, a down-to-down consistency. I would say being better on third downs, still an area we need to improve on. And then, for me personally, just overall accuracy, just being better with my accuracy, doing things better, in and out of the huddle, everything, really. Everything's got to improve. And so I'm just looking forward to the next opportunity.
Did the ref tell you why you got the taunting call?
I probably was going overboard. I shouldn't have, been talking to their sideline. Should have stayed in my place. So that was deserving.
Is that reacting to Lockett getting tossed way out of bounds on that play?
Yeah, I just felt like things were getting a little chippy out there, and it's my job not to, take part in that. And so I've got to reel my guys back in, and just kind of got overboard with it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good.
Could you take us to the pick six, please?
We just running the coverage. We seen the play that we seen on film formation. He ran basically a return route. So I jumped it. He threw the ball. I just tried to get to the box. That was really my whole mindset.
As you're running down the field the last 30 yards or so, knowing you're going to score a touchdown there, Monday Night Football national TV game, kid in his third NFL game, what was going through your head as that final 30 yards?
Really was just don't get caught. But I'm really mad at Reed and J Love because they made me look slow. They can't even walk me down, let me look slow. But shout out to them for sure. But I was just trying to get to the box, man. That was an incredible moment for me. First career pick is a pick six on Monday Night Football, man. Just it don't get no better.
What do you call that dance in the end zone?
I don't know. It's a Cali dance. Shout out to my dog Milo Eifer, Dylan Wyatt. They taught me that back my freshman year in college. So
you mentioned
how much did that play turn the game around? They were threatening to score and make it a one-score game, and then you turned it into almost a rout.
Yeah, it's a big play, changing momentum. We go up another touchdown, so our mindset kind of changed when we go back on defense. We can run different coverages and stuff. But it was a big play for sure.
2 sacks tonight. Is that the first time in your football career that you've had multiple sacks in a game?
I believe so, yeah. That was my first time. It was lit, though.
How much fun is that for you, being able to go after the quarterback like that in blitz? That's a specialty thing for corners.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun for me, man. Especially when I see the D-line do it, I just be like, I want some of that. Like, let me get some of that. So coach called a blitz, and I came scot-free. I was happy.
Playing a lot of nickel, obviously, today. Just how much does that role suit you think, to make plays?
Really, I think it fit me pretty well. I get to get in, play some run defense. Also, I get to cover guys in the slot. So I think it's a win-win for me because I can do both. So I just go out there and play.
Then we played in a few games. You guys have gotten wins, but I would imagine you feel a little differently right now than you did previously. Just getting the 2 sacks, getting the pick 6, doing it on national television. You know, what's going through your head right now? How are you feeling?
Really, I'm kind of trying to put the game behind me because we got Cincinnati coming up after the bye week. So I'm just trying to move my mind to there. But yeah, it's a great feeling though. I'm gonna go home and celebrate for sure. You know, have a lot of fun on the plane ride back. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm just trying to soak it all in for sure.
Does Quandre have to drop the little teaspoon nickname now?
Yeah, man, he played with me like that on the internet, man. Shout out to Nino for sure. But yeah, it's just a little small. They know.
Thank you.
Good night. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. That's it, everybody.